James is a splendid red engine who takes pride in being on time, looking clean, and running smoothly. Although sometimes, James lets his pride get too much of him. One day at the docks, Thomas, Toby, and James were shunting trucks and loading stuff into the trucks, when suddenly the Fat Controller arrived to bring some news to James. James, I've chosen you for this job because you're fast and reliable. Once you finish, you may pull your favorite express train tomorrow. Cole, it always makes you filthy. This work is for dirty shunters, not splendid engines like me. But the Fat Controller looks like he already made up his mind. After a while, James was at the coal yards. There was a coal hopper. It was a large tower where trucks will be lifted and tipped to sort the best coal from the rest. James had to pull each truck into the position, but the work was slow and messy. Come on, I've got more important things to do than watch you silly trucks being unloaded. But all the trucks did was laugh. But then suddenly, a bolt of lightning struck nearby just as James was shunting another truck. The bolt startled him and his coupling got caught on the truck in front. Before his driver could stop him, the hoist lifted the truck too quickly. Whoa, and James crashed, and coal spilled everywhere. When the storm was cleared, James was put back on the tracks, and he was sent to the works to be mended. The Fat Controller was cross. Engines must learn how to control their temper, James, otherwise... James had plenty to think about of what Sir Topham Hatt just said. The next morning, the Fat Controller needed a coal yard to be cleared again. But instead of James, he found an electric diesel. His name is E.D, and he'll be helping to clear the yard until James is fixed again. Smoke was everywhere. The other engines weren't happy, but soon another thunderstorm rolled in. Meanwhile, in the yard, E.D was fixing up the place until a lightning bolt struck right in front of him. Smoke was everywhere. After all the smoke cleared up, E.D said, "Wow, I feel super. I'm ready for anything." For some reason, the lightning had made E.D stronger than ever. He could pull more trucks than any engine on Sodor. E.D worked all day and night. He was so fast that even Gordon's record was in danger. Everyone kept talking about Super E.D. Posters of Super E.D appeared all over the island. The Fat Controller was very proud, but the steam engines were very not. After James was repaired, all the other engines blamed him for Super E.D. It's all James' fault. If he hadn't broken down, we wouldn't have stuck with this noisy diesel. Well, you can stay out there with your new pal, Super E.D. James was very disappointed and he left the sheds. A few days later, another storm was brewing. Gordon was waiting for his train at Nafford Station when Super E.D arrived. I'm an electric diesel and I love storms. Call me Super because I'm prepared for anything. Just then, a lightning struck on Gordon's bumper and the lightning zapped straight to E.D. Oh no! Something's wrong! Smoke poured out of all his vents and it was so smoky. When Sir Topham Hatt came out and said, "Get rid of that smoke. If that engine can't run properly, it should be scrapped." It was the end for Super E.D. He never worked again. After a while, they took away Super E.D. Gordon and James laughed at what happened to Super E.D. Well, it took a bolt from the blue to make E.D. super, but another bolt from this blue engine that finished him. Quite right, James, but remember, trucks might make you see red, but better red than Super E.D. And from that day on, James behaved much better. He still liked to be splendid, but he never let his pride go to the smoke box again. The end.